Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert, and we are hot out of the blocks with this one. This is a show and tell kind of review thing of the new Friedman amps, the BE100 and the DS40 amp simulations by Brainworx and Universal Audio for the UAD2 platform. These things sound huge, or should I say, these things sound huge, because these are very, very much aimed at the rock and roll market. Primarily, this is going to be a listen and tell, more than a show and tell, so to speak. So let's have a listen to some. First of all, I want you to hear the way my guitar is going into Pro Tools without any kind of amp simulation or any goodies whatsoever. This is just naked as the day is long. And if I switch the amp on, now I left that ringing so you can hear exactly how much sustain you can get out of this thing. This is the Brown i100 for the Friedman amp, and it looks exactly like a guitar amp and exactly what you'd expect to see. So what have we got on the front panel? We've got a presence control, a bass control, middle, treble, master volume, gain for the high gain section, clean gain, treble and bass, and then I've got my amp switching, 3 positions. Clean. Now remember, clean is never quite 100% clean. Dirty that up nicely. A bit more top end. And then have a bright switch. Voicing, 3-way switch for channel select because I can have a mid position as well, and the voicing definitely works more on the high gain stuff. That's about as clean as it gets on the dirty channel. There's a lot of gain there to play with. Master volume. Treble controls, obviously. Saturation switch. You can hear exactly what that's doing. Mid control, always the most powerful control on a valve amp, I think. Bottom end, the big bottom. C45 switch and the fat switch, changing the tone slightly, and then we have the presence. The very bright and clean to the very down and dirty. this thing has got some serious gain to it and some serious nastiness, which is fantastic. But we can also hit the effects rack button up here, and we've got more control over the amp and goodies that go in it. Over here we've got our cabinet section, cabinet, microphone and EQ section, and there are one or two to choose from. We also have a really cool delay section over here. Just turn that up, and then of course we'll turn it on. We then have a power soak, all the way down, all the way up, just so we can control the amp a little bit better. Filters. I generally like to roll out all that bottom end mud out of my guitars and roll a little bit of the top off. And of course we have a noise gate, which works pretty quickly. We can also load up presets. Now this is the one thing I think is a little bit of a drawback. There's no real neat way to load presets, unfortunately, into the UA platform. Close the effects rack. Funky kind of Telecaster sound. Let's look at something else. What else we got in down here? Heavy riffs. So that's the BE Brown-Eyed 100. Let's have a look at the other amp now. This is the single channel DS40. Now there are mono and stereo versions of both of these, but obviously I'm driving it with one guitar at a time. Much simpler interface, just the gain control, master, treble, middle, bass and presence. Load up some presets to this bad boy. Now we've got a high and low gain input switch here. Low gain. Exactly the same controls in the effects rack on this one as we have on the BE100. Of course we can scroll through settings as we want to. For me, both these amps sound absolutely killer. They are very, very orientated towards a high gain, heavy metal sort of stuff, and you can only ever juice it up. Let's have something effectsy, delay, crazy. Who knows what that means? To me, this sounds like an amp driven to the very edge. Absolutely amazing noises. So that was a quick look and most importantly a listen to the new Friedman amps on the UAD platform as coded by Brainworx. Now there's a mouthful for you. I think these things sound huge. They're not going to work in every style of music, but my God, they're heavy and they sound absolutely fantastic. Lots of grunt, lots of gain, lots of bottom end, lots of real chug out of them as well. That's not to say they don't work as a kind of a lead tone as well, but they are very much built for that kind of heavy metal sound. Absolutely killer sounding amps. So if you're a UAD2 or Apollo user, click the Start Demo button in the plugin. You, like me, can mess around with these for the next 14 days. I think these things sound awesome. Wouldn't be one of my demos without finishing with a track. So what I've done is I've put something together and just noodled with some of the Friedman settings over the top. And I'll change a few things as we go through so you can hear the sort of sounds that I like to get out of this thing. I've been James from Pro Tools Expert, and I hope to see you again soon for another demo, tutorial, show and tell, listen and tell type thing. See you again soon.